Alright, draft number 2 time. It took a while, but I finally got around to it. And starting off in goal, it's the Leicester goalkeepers, just because I really needed the funds up front. So these two are here, even though I really don't like Ward and Iverson. Still have to go through this goalkeeper duel for the greater good. Alright, draft. In the defense, I've got Neco Williams at first because he's the 4 million defender who is actually fit now. Patterson got injured and Emerson is not nailed to start, so he stays. I brought back Trent. He's now 7.4. I transferred him up and brought him back, so I didn't lose the value of it. So Trent is back, and this is the advantage we'll get for wildcard game week 9 wildcarders. This is the advantage. Liverpool assets, bringing them in easily, and for that Brighton fixture. And beside him is Cancelo. Yeah, like I have to keep, like at least I have to have the double Man City. Otherwise I'm gonna be cooked, and he's 53% owned, so he stays. And if he keeps a clean sheet, he might even get 3 bonus points. Next to him is Trippier. He's on set pieces again. Now I've only resorted to only one Newcastle player in this draft, but I think one is enough as well, because if they lose a clean sheet, I won't be gutted way too much, would have been just Trippier. If they lose the clean sheet while I'm having Pope and Trippier, and Pope is 5.2 now, I'm gonna be really angry. And next to him is Zuma, because I wanted a West Ham defender, just because how good their defensive numbers are, and they're having a good run of fixtures now. They're facing teams who can't score that much, so I'm kind of confident in him. I could have chosen Sufa, but I chose Zuma just because of the bonus points and maybe a little bit of the goal threat. In the midfield, I've got Martinelli. He's untouchable, along with Zaha and Maddison. These three are locked into my teams. These guys are essential in this wildcard. Martinelli, I just need one Arsenal asset. Like, I have to have him, and he's cheapest way to get it, cheapest and the best way to get it. All the attack are coming from the left hand side from Arsenal, so yeah, he stays. Next to him is Zaha. Yeah, Crystal Palace's fixtures are turning for the better. Like, they faces Chelsea, but it's at home to Crystal Palace, so maybe Zaha could get something, so he stays. And next to him is the new man in my team, is new premium one. It's Sterling, because I just think he's the one who's actually ticking off from all the Chelsea assets, getting goals and some assists. He could get some assists, but he's getting all the goals and getting all the attacking returns, I would say. And for 10 million, it's a bit of an odd price, but I think for Sterling, who has proven track record in the Premier League, and now is their most advanced player, even though he sometimes plays at the left wing back. Like, we've seen what Potter's left wing back players does, and boy, like, he was very advanced in the Champions League game. So he's in instead of Reece James. I don't have Reece James in this team, so he's the only Chelsea player. Next is Maddison. Like, yeah, everyone's having him, might as well. And I love Maddison so much. Like, I had him since the first game week, and for the first 3 consecutive game weeks, he got a attacking return in each of them, so I kept him for that run and immediately transferred him out, because I thought he might not do much now because of the fixture turn. Now the fixtures are changing again for Maddison, and this time I think we all have to bring him in. We can't overlook Maddison this time. Next to him is Foden, and it's because I don't have Kevin De Bruyne like the previous draft. I wanted to keep a triple Man City in this drop, so Foden stays. Even though I'm kind of unsure about his minutes, but he did play all the matches. He did start all the matches. He might go off before 60 minutes sometimes, but it's a risk I'm willing to take for that Southampton game. That's the important one. After that, I can transfer him out. So Foden is likely. Foden was the best candidate from that 8 million slot, so he stays. Up front, I've got Solanke instead of Tony because I needed the funds, and for that price, 5.7 million. I know he plays for Bournemouth, but maybe you can take a chance if he's a good bench fodder rather than a starter most of the time. I won't start him most of the time. I'll just bench him and then start him when I think Bournemouth's gonna score in a fixture, and back him against one of these like attackers from the midfield. And next to him is Haaland. Haaland is untouchable. I don't need to say much. He might be the guy who can break Salah's record, so he stays. And finally is Mitrovic because of the fixtures, and he is the main man, and he's kind of a fixture-proof guy. He scored in all of the hard matches, so yeah, he still stays in my team, and he's likely to stay in all of my drafts. So let's see how this team lines up. So this is how it lines up. In goal I have Ward, because he's probably gonna play instead of Iverson, but it doesn't matter either way because I have both of them, the backup and the starter. And the defense, it's got Trent, Zuma and Trippier. Bench Cancelo just because he faces Manchester United. It's gonna be a hard match. It's a derby match, so he will likely concede. And obviously I'm benching Nico Williams against Leicester. Right, Trent, I don't know if he'll get an attacking return, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. You can't go wrong with Trent that much. And Matip is back, so Liverpool might solid up at the back and allow Trent to go further forward without no worries. Zuma, because I think Leeds are missing some attackers, and it's gonna miss some attackers because of the international break. Some of the players might come later on, a bit late, so it might trouble them. So Zuma stays, and next to him is Trippier just because he's got set pieces. And in the midfield, I'm playing a 5-man midfield for this draft. So Martinelli, Zaha, Sterling, Maddison, and Foden. They all play. I'm gonna play Foden in this Manchester derby because it's at home to Man City. Man City scored goals at the Etihad, and he also passes to Haaland. Has a good link-up play with him. Martinelli faces Tottenham, but it's also a derby, and there's always a goal in those North London derby matches. Zaha is here because I didn't play Solanke instead of him, just because I don't have Reece James, so I'm hoping for a goal. Sterling obviously stays, he's my premium, and Maddison stays because he faces Forest, and he's my vice captain. And up front is Haaland and Mitrovic. Mitrovic because he faces Newcastle at home, and Haaland because he's undroppable. So that's about it. Hope you liked it, and hope it helped you out with some ideas. I'm starting to get there. I feel like I'm almost there with my final draft. So my final draft video is gonna be out in 2 or 3 days maybe, or earlier. I'm really close to it. So yeah, I'm really hoping my wildcard works this time and my team gets me out of this 1 million zone. So that's about it. Hope you all enjoyed it, and catch you later.